Joseph's brothers go to Egypt. Genesis 42:45. The narrative of Joseph's brothers going to Egypt, recounted in Genesis 42:45, is a poignant and emotionally charged saga of reconciliation, redemption, and the transformative power of forgiveness. It follows the journey of Jacob's sons to Egypt to procure grain during the famine, their encounter with Joseph, whom they do not recognize, and the eventual revelation of Joseph's identity and the reunion of the family. The story begins with Jacob sending his sons, except for Benjamin, to Egypt to purchase grain, as famine has ravaged the land of Canaan. Unbeknownst to Jacob and his son, Joseph, now second in command over all of Egypt, oversees the distribution of grain and is in a position of authority and power. As Jacob's sons arrive in Egypt, they are brought before Joseph, who recognizes them but conceals his identity from them. Joseph accuses them of being spies and detains them in custody, demanding that they prove their honesty by bringing their youngest brother Benjamin to Egypt as proof of their integrity. Fearing for Benjamin's safety and unaware of Joseph's true identity, Jacob's sons recount the events of their journey to Egypt and the reasons for their presence in the land. They disclose to Joseph that they are the sons of Jacob and that they have a younger brother, Benjamin, whom their father loves dearly. Moved by their plight and the revelation of their family ties, Joseph devises a plan to test their sincerity and to ensure their commitment to bringing Benjamin to Egypt. He detains Simon as a hostage and instructs his brothers to return to Canaan with grain for their families, with the stipulation that they must bring Benjamin back with them on their next journey to Egypt. The narrative unfolds with Jacob's sons returning to Canaan and delivering the grain to their father, along with news of Simon's detainment and Joseph's demand for Benjamin's presence in Egypt. Jacob, reluctant to part with Benjamin and fearful of losing another son, refuses to allow Benjamin to accompany his brothers on the journey to Egypt. However, as the famine persists and the grain supply dwindles, Jacob is compelled to send his sons back to Egypt with Benjamin, entrusting them to the care of the God of their fathers. He implores them to take gifts and double the money they received on their previous journey, hoping to appease the Egyptian official and secure Simon's release. The narrative reaches its climax with Jacob's sons returning to Egypt with Benjamin and presenting themselves before Joseph once again. Joseph, overcome with emotion at the sight of Benjamin and his brothers, reveals his true identity to them, declaring, "I am Joseph, your brother, whom you sold into Egypt." Genesis 45:4. In a moment of profound reconciliation and forgiveness, Joseph reassures his brothers of his forgiveness and God's providential plan in orchestrating their journey to Egypt. He urges them to return to their father Jacob and to bring him and their families to Egypt to escape the famine and to dwell in the land of Goshen. The narrative concludes with Joseph embracing his brothers in tearful reunion, forgiving them for their past transgressions and extending to them the hand of reconciliation. He provides for them generously, bestowing upon them wagons, provisions, and clothing, and sends them back to Canaan with instructions to bring Jacob and their families to Egypt. In summary, the story of Joseph's brothers going to Egypt in Genesis 42:45 is a poignant and emotionally charged saga of reconciliation, redemption, and the transformative power of forgiveness. It illustrates the complexities of family relationships, the consequences of past actions, and the enduring faithfulness of God in guiding and directing the course of history. Through Joseph's encounter with his brothers and the revelation of his true identity, the narrative offers profound insights into the nature of forgiveness, reconciliation, and the restoration of broken relationships.